Guys, we are finishing up the year. We've been working on turtle a lot. I intended to spend a little bit more time on bottom turtle, but we had a lot of work to do on the top. So we're going to finish this week in my classes working in the bottom positions. And so just to give a little bit of context, like if Brian is on the turtle position, like turtle for wrestling, turtle for judo, turtle for jiu-jitsu, it's all a little bit different. So for me, right, for BJJ context, I generally don't want to be behind the person like this, right? The reason I don't want to be behind the person like this is because if I have a leg in between their legs, they can easily roll and they can catch me, for example, on leg entanglements and D-bars and things like that. So they can do that. And if I'm behind them entirely, my leg is out of the problem, they can still do the same roll, and then now they're able to very easily re-guard, right? So that's idea number one. Idea number two, in jiu-jitsu, like what am I looking for? I'm looking for hooks, obviously, but I can also look for other stuff as well. So if I'm a little bit higher on Brian, like this, now I have the ability to start to go for crucifixes, which is very common to BJJ. But I also am close enough to his neck that if he starts, let's say, to build up on his hands or something like that, that I can start to go for front headlock and guillotines. And like we were doing, I could start to go for darces and moving exercises and so many different options. So again, a lot of times, people are going to be here hip to hip. This knee's off the floor, this foot is balancing, and this hand is ready to start to attack. Or I'm going to start to switch my legs, and as I start to switch my legs, this hand comes in, and I'm starting to go for my classic tactics. Right? So a lot of times, again, that's going to be the entry and the starting point from the top leg. Right? So Brian is going to be hip to hip like that with me. Let's do the other side. So here, so a couple of things that I'm looking for. First of all, guys, I'm looking to defend my neck at all times. Right? So this hand, I'm not like this. I'm already kind of preparing for that other hand to come in. That's going to be number one. Number two is I don't want to be so close to Brian. I don't want to be like this hip to hip. I don't want our legs to be parallel. So what I need to do is I want to use my feet to do a little windshield wiper. Windshield wiper means this, all right? Just like on the car, right? So what I'm going to do with my legs is I'm going to do like a little windshield wiper. I want to create a little space. By the way, if I create the space, sometimes I can start to pummel my hand in. Sometimes I can even start to wrestle from the hand, right? But we're not going to go over that today. Now, what Brian is going to do is he's going to try to make a grip with his right hand. And as he does that, I'm going to intercept and I'm going to make a grip with my right. So I have a right on his right. Since I have the windshield wiper, it's not going to be too difficult to put in my Shin Whizzer. Stay there. So just like this, right? Brian is going to have a little bit of a better grip with his left hand. Your hand's a little, exactly. He wants to have a good control. I'm going to use this Shin Whizzer to lift myself up, and as I lift myself up, all I got to do is bring my leg in front of Brian, pull him in, and a lot of times I can get into a closed guard. I already have the hand, so I can already start to adjust. I can already start to trap his upper body. I can start to attack as soon as I reload. Right? So really simple, but let's just practice this from the beginning. And then if you have some closed guard attacks, if you have some attacks from the open guard, feel free to incorporate. All right, so Brian's going to be hip on hip. So I'm here defending myself. As that's happening, Shaq, I'm taking my feet out of alignment. All right, so again, here we're parallel. Here I'm creating a little bit of space, right? Brian's hand comes in, I intercept, because I'm going to balance on this hand. If I grabbed it with the cross hand, I don't have the ability to balance, right? So same side hand, and now I put in my Shin Whizzer, right? And here I'm kind of balancing off of Brian. The reason is Brian's put more weight into me, is the more weight he puts into me, yet the easier it's actually going to be for me to come up and start to slide myself in. I need a little bit of weight from him in order to get in here. All right, and here now you can start to attack. Maybe I like K-guard, maybe that leg is posted, maybe he keeps it posted. Maybe I'm going to go straight into my K-guard attack, so maybe I'm going to start to attack him right away. It's up to you, it depends. You know, closed guard can be a safe place to go, but if you have some moves from open guards, you can start to incorporate them as well. Lastly, guys, as a rule of thumb, you want to spend as little time as possible on turtle. You don't. The more time you spend there, the more opportunities they're going to get. Start to finish you, start to set up different things, and that's going to be troublesome, right? So let's escape ASAP. Cool. Let's give it a try, guys. Guys, so now really quickly, let's go for the part two. So I'm going to be on top of Brian. All right. And this time is going to be from my POV. So I'm here hip on hip. Guys, an important detail for newer students is the more area of your body that you have on the floor, the lighter you will be. Meaning, right now if I put here and if I go like this, there's just no weight on Brian at all. He's going to be very, very light, right? So what I want to do is I want to be hip on hip. This is short, so he doesn't do the fat man roll on me. The fat man roll is if this is long, he's not going to be able to roll and just very easily reverse me. Okay? So you want to keep that short. But the way to keep pressure on him is by being on your toes. This foot is parallel to his body, and I'm lifting my knee off the floor. This is kind of how I want to kind of ride on top of my training plan. Here I have very good mobility, so I'm able to circle, I'm able to go both directions, I'm able to start to put my knees in, I'm able to create a lot of good movement from here, right? So, once I'm here, this hand is coming in and Brian intercepts it. And notice how his hand is right in front of mine. What some people were doing is they were grabbing the other way. Grab the other way? Yeah, like this. See, my hand is still in front of his. Now I can break that through and I can still find my seatbelt. Whereas if he grabs me like this, it's pretty much impossible for me to connect my hands without breaking this grip. Now, Brian creates a little bit of space, okay, and now he puts that Shin Whizzer. For me, guys, I don't like it, so a lot of times I'm going to look to go around it. Okay, so Brian, stay, relax here for a second. I'm going to look to start to circle behind it to try to go the other side to try to break it down, right? If I go around this head, it helps him do the movement, right? So if I'm here, he puts the Shin Whizzer. If I try to go this way, I'm just helping him regard. Go ahead, Brian. I'm helping him regard. Or he could have just wants to close there. That doesn't really matter, right? So a lot of times people are going to choose to go back towards the legs. Brian is now going to time that and he's going to turn it into his butterfly leg, all right? So let's see how that's going to work. So again, we're here. I'm on top of Brian, my knees off the floor, this hand comes in, he puts the Shin Whizzer. Once I'm here, guys, I'm going to start to circle. Before I'm able to circle and step over this ankle, he's going to put this foot right in front of me. Great, and then he's going to scooch in and he's going to sit himself into a nice butterfly position. He's going to take away my post, his elbow comes into his hip, and all he has to do is finish me with the classic sweep, and now he reversed the tail of the tail. Right? So now it will be from my field. So I'm here with Brian. So I'm defending myself. Hand comes in, I make a grip. Guys, don't forget that detail. Here you're going to feel stuck. Do a windshield wiper so you have space to go for your Shin Whizzer. Alright. Now, Brian is going to try to step over my ankle. As he does, my foot comes inside and I put myself in and it goes from the wrist to an underneath. I dig my head underneath his, I take his arm away, and a lot of times it's going to be so easy to hit him with a very simple and classic butterfly sweep. From here, guys, as always, stay here for a moment, let the person trap your ankle. As soon as they trap your ankle, I'm going to trap his upper body, pull him into me, give him a shoulder pressure, kick, free myself, and now I got my pass. Alright, so don't rush the butterfly sweep because a lot of times people are going to freak out, they're going to try to bridge you, they're going to do 50 different things if you pass through it. So stabilize, control them, and then afterwards, we'll get to that. Cool? Any quick questions? We're good to go?